right.
So I want to serve face for you.
I love it.
Just serving face. Getting a little blue steel.
All right. So for the audience, somebody was trying to take our picture. So, of course, we went right into
Hello.
new Instagram post, right?
Absolutely. Although I have no grid posts.
Oh.
I'm one of those people.
I can help you with that. We'll talk.
No, I don't want grid posts.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well.
Stories only, my friends.
Stories only. You don't want proof. I got it.
Never.
So welcome to the hot seat. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am doing well. So in case someone has been under a rock and they don't know who you are, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Tracey Parsons. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Flockity. And Flockity is essentially influencer marketing for jobs.
It says the person who says, I don't have an Instagram thing.
I don't. I know.
The irony in that. I love it. I love it.
I didn't say I was an influencer. I said I run the company.
Okay. Makes sense. You support the influencers.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So I think that you have a pretty interesting view of the market. So why don't we talk about trends that we have seen this year and maybe some predictions for 2026?
Yes, we seem to be literally all in on AI.
Are we though?
Well, we like to say we are.
Yeah.
Right? Like this is some. Oh, it's AI this, agentic that, and cool.
Yeah.
But have we talked to any of the other people that are on the side of the equation that we play with? Right? Like I love that we love to buy technology, or at least talk about buying technology. But we very rarely talk to the people that will be using the technology.
And that's kind of like the basis of design thinking, right? You start with the client, right?
Yes. But that's the problem with what we do.
Yeah.
You know, that's the problem with what we do, because there's not just recruiters. Mm-hmm. There's not just hiring managers or leaders. There are candidates. There are candidates' friends. There are employees. There are so many heroes that we try to paint into the hero's position when it comes to recruitment that we just have to pick one.
Well, yes, but I think for so long, if we're looking at like TA Tech, a lot of it was built primarily to interact with HRIS.
100%.
Okay. And then they thought about the recruiters, like, hey, we need to make this fun for the recruiter.
100%.
And then let's let the candidate have a decent experience, but no one has actually stopped and looked at the hiring manager experience. And like trend that I'm seeing, and it's only because I have the inside track, I mean, one of the things that we are looking at is going into our product journey in 2026, how do we hit each one of those? Because each one of those personas has a completely different need, completely different behavior, and completely different expectation.
100%. But it's interesting because the businesses are going to design products that solve the problems for the people who write the checks.
Point, yeah.
Period, right?
But it's not necessarily the right way.
Oh, Are we in late stage capitalism? Yes, we are. Right? Yes, we are. So when you think about it, when you put it that simply, of course it makes sense, right? They're going to build for their buyer. Very few people build for their user.
Right.
And even the word user is one of the ick factors that I have. I'm like, we don't have users. Right? At Flockity, we have creators and we have customers. But so you have to design the product for who's going to purchase the product, which I totally understand. Now, sadly, those folks aren't talking to any of the other heroes in the story, right? They're looking at the bottom line decision, which is smart because they have a fiduciary responsibility to the business, right? And they have to do something smart. Now, what I get very encouraged by is that we are starting to have conversations like this, like the hiring manager experience, like the candidate experience, but we have to transition from conversation to action at some point.
True. And you know, it's interesting. I think one of the trends that has kind of been really interesting to me is in that buying decision, it used to just be TA leader, HR leader, and then procurement if you're on the enterprise side.
Yes.
We're starting to see a lot more of the C-suite come in and want to be part of that decision process, which is great. But then there's a whole nother set of users that you have to be able to appeal to.
Absolutely. And they're coming in it from a really powerful lens too, right? They're looking at it from the layer of the business as opposed to the problem that you're trying to solve, right? And I appreciate that. I love that there's more C-suite involvement into what we're buying in HR technology and TA technology. I think it's important. But when we talk about the hiring manager experience, we often forget that recruiting is not the hiring manager's day-to-day. Like day-to-day, they are managing a team and they are defining requirements for technology or managing programs. They're defining a team, and then they have to fill roles on that team.
Yeah.
Right? So we and maybe this is a trend that I would like to see start in 2026.
Okay.
We need to start normalizing our language and our conversations so that they are understandable to everyone.
Yes. Can we get rid of the HR and the TAEs?
All of it.
Yeah.
Like literally all of it. So when we're talking to, like, this is one of my favorite things to reference. If I were to ask a room full of TA people and recruiters, how long after submitting an application do you think yourself you're out? Like, if you wait, how many days? And the consensus is 3. And I was like, okay, so wait a minute. You think that if you applied and in 3 days you didn't hear anything, that you're automatically out? You realize, as this person that does this job, the average time to fill is 45 days.
Right.
And you yourself are telling me that you think that you're out after 3?
Mm-hmm.
Candidates have no idea what the hell we are talking about at any given time. And we have no idea how candidates talk about us.
That's a very good point.
Right? Like nobody wakes up nobody gets out of bed in the morning and says, I wonder if Apple is hiring today.
Right.
That is not even on the list of things that they're thinking about when they wake up. They might think of, I need a new job. They might think of, I really don't like my manager. They may think of, I want to acquire that next skill. But nobody gets out of bed and thinks of a brand name. They think about the job they do or the job they want to do. And then if it's a palatable brand that has that job, they're in.
That's interesting. We actually, we put out a free monthly workforce report. And so we're always looking at the data. And one of the interesting points is in our frontline hiring report, one of the bents was that they want to understand, they understand they're coming into an entry-level job in most cases, some type of frontline hiring. They're okay with that as long as they can see some type of career trajectory, right? And to me, that's kind of such an easy lift, in my opinion.
The bar's on the floor, Trent.
Yeah.
Like literally the bar's on the floor. And we are so busy trying to agentic shit.
Yes.
I'm like, you guys, let's first of all acknowledge where the bar is.
Right.
It's on the floor.
Right.
And we don't acknowledge that the bar's on the floor because we don't talk to candidates.
Yeah.
Right? Like we just don't. And we don't talk to candidates in the wild, right? We do the candidate, right? But do you know what I'm saying?
I know what you said. Just the way that you said it, just kind of in the
wild,
wild, like they're a wildebeest or something.
Right, they're just in the wild, wandering around, applying for jobs, right? But that's the thing. So that's one of the things that is really powerful about the work that we're doing at Flockity, is that we are tapping into trusted voices that people are already following socially to get better about being either a job seeker or an employee. Right? They're getting their lessons. Like, I think I saw a stat, 92% of Gen Z trusts TikTok for career advice, even if it's wrong.
Wow.
And it's 76% for Instagram. LinkedIn is 32%. And
Wait. So the professional,
I have the
data. I need that. I love me some data.
I know you do.
So let's just
Let's unpack that.
up.
Yep.
Okay. So LinkedIn, the leading social for professional, the trust factor is what percent?
34%.
Wow. So if I'm an employer and I'm out on LinkedIn and I'm just putting out all this great content, it's not landing.
Okay, first of all, when's the last time you stopped and read branded content that wasn't your own?
I was going to say I read my stuff all the time. I read your stuff all the time.
Yeah, I'm not a brand.
So what I'm saying,
that's my point.
That's a very good point. So they're buying from people. They're not buying from a company.
Correct, right? And they're getting guidance from companies, and they're getting advice from people, because they don't, like, we've ruined a lot of relationships in the last 30 years with job seekers.
Yeah.
And the current coming up Gen Z, They believe they're people on TikTok, and they even acknowledge this might be bad advice, but I still believe it. I'm still gonna go do the research to see if that's real advice or not.
So your advice for someone that's hearing this, going, okay, I've got a problem.
Yeah.
How do you fix it?
Well, so one is you have to figure out how to tap into your internal creators.
Okay.
Right? So if people believe people, which we all know that's true. Again, if you are scrolling on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and you see something that is from a company, your thumb can't move fast enough.
True.
Right?
True.
But if it's somebody telling a story about something else, you're going to sit with it for a minute or a second or 60 seconds.
There's
right?
a key word there, story.
Yeah.
I think people love good stories. So
Absolutely.
let's talk about the career path. Uh, I absolutely love. She's one of my favorite people in Chicago. If you're watching, you know who you are. She runs large organization, and they do a lot of frontline hiring for like warehouse workers.
Sure.
And so they started doing like a day in the life. It was just someone with a mobile phone walking through whatever.
Absolutely.
So I'm on a panel with her, and we're talking about candidate experience, and she tells a story that this guy applied, got hired, very quick time to fill.
Yeah.
Comes in on day one, and he's going through part of the orientation, and they're kind of showing him around. He goes, "Hey, I need to use the restroom." And they're like, "Okay, well, we'll show you." He goes, "No, I know where it is."
Where it is.
He went right to it.
Of course he did.
But think about that. It's not just getting somebody into the role. It's helping them feel at home, like the immersion aspect of it.
You have to help them paint themselves into your story.
Absolutely.
That's period, right? And you do that through day in the life. So like if you're listening to this right now, one, activate your people. Start an employee-generated video campaign, right? And start putting that on your social and their social. Mm-hmm. Allow them to be internal influencers. And if you're sitting there going, I don't know, what if they quit? What if they quit? Oh my God, take the video down. Right. Like, are you kidding me? Right. Life changes, people understand, it's gonna be fine. We spend so much time in my specific space worrying about the things that might happen that we paralyze ourselves from doing the things that should happen.
Absolutely. And so, it's so funny. I think so many companies are still afraid to give their employees the mic.
Yeah,
but
whatever.
They can tell the story better.
Exactly.
Well,
because they're worried about it being polished and they're worried about it. Look.
You don't need polish.
My most popular, I have a personal TikTok account. My most popular TikToks are me, zero makeup, hair on top of my head, something stupid that just happened. Right? Like I got a text from my 80-year-old mother during the Super Bowl halftime show. She's like, I really like this Kendrick Lamar. He's like my new favorite. And so I'm like, nothing prepares you for a text from your 80-year-old mother saying Kendrick Lamar has a brand new fan.
That's so funny.
Right? So it's real. And did I stumble over my words? Absolutely. But there is this moment that everybody in our space and in the C-suite and in TA, we all just need to channel our inner Elsa and we need to let it go. Yeah. You just got to let it go. And because it's an illusion. None of us control anything.
No.
None of us control anything. And it could start pouring down rain. I have no control over that.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. And it's so funny because, I have a stutter.
Seriously.
I kid you not, I have a stutter. And so my partner Nicole is back there, and I sent her. I was supposed to do, it was like a 30 or 45 second clip.
Yeah.
And so I sent her the whole raw file. I sent her the polished version.
Sure.
And then I said, just so you know, and I sent her 7 minutes of video of me trying to get 30 second, just enough of a quality clip.
Yes.
But to me, it's funny, I don't take myself that seriously.
So Torrin Ellis.
Oh, I love me some Torrin.
Torrin Ellis refers to me as 2 takes.
2 takes?
It takes me 2 takes to get anything.
I love it.
Right? So I'm really
jealous.
proud that we are like probably 10 minutes into this and I haven't done that. I got to restart.
Yeah. Where is Torrance?
I don't know where Torrin is today. I don't know. Somebody should text him. Torrin,
I'm going to text him right now. We should text him and send him a selfie.
We should.
Torrin Ellis. All right. So sorry, audience. Excuse us for just a second. I love this new phone. All right, Torrin, it's coming to you, buddy.
Hi, Torrin.
Right. I know if you don't follow him, he is.
Immediately follow him.
Torrin Ellis.
Pause.
Torin Ellis. Fantastic.
Fabulous.
So, well, thank you for coming on.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
I love it. So stay tuned. We're going to continue the coverage, and you don't want to miss out. Thanks.